Another hot episode. I'm here with my brother from another mother. Me and this guy been masterminding since Brooklyn, Miami. Here we are 10, 20 years later. My brother from, thank you to have you.
Pleasure.
LVYC Life Pivot. Stay tuned. Another interesting episode. Here we are in a beautiful tropical Fort Lauderdale beach. And we're going to drop you guys some gems and talk about some life pivotal experiences, where my brother's coming from, where he's at, and where he's going. You want to introduce yourself, my brother?
Yeah, to the people, Bernard Bazil, you know what I'm saying, from East New York. I'm here, man. We're here now. Giving you this knowledge, giving you this health and wellness. I got this water for you, baby. All you need is right here is the foundation, is the water.
No, I appreciate you bringing that on the platform because, I've seen you pivot over the years. I've seen myself pivot over the years, and I think it was impactful that I bring somebody on that has pivoted almost as many times as me, from the first day that we ran back into each other in 8th grade in Miami, pivoting from New York summers to here now as grown adults transitioning. So I think it's very important. So you want to tell the followers and the people viewing, a little bit about your life. Did you grow up rich, poor, medium class? Where would you say you grew up?
Well, I wouldn't definitely put myself in any class. I was born and we was created, right?
1000.
We come here into this earth. We enter this earth on any condition.
Facts.
Whether it's richness or poorness, that's just currency, right?
Facts.
But I was born in a project.
Got you. So you classify as poor.
In a project.
Yeah.
In an experimental
project. All of who don't know what a project is low income housing in New York. One of the most grimiest areas that you can imagine.
Pink houses.
Pink house projects, if you know.
New York. Crescent and Lauren and Crescent. You could look it up. To this day is one of the most toxic environments, but at the same time with the most beautiful and genuine people I've ever come across, which is you.
Likewise. Likewise, my brother. And that's why we're here.
We're here. Just because of those circumstances doesn't indicate where your trajectory is going to go with your life. You know what I'm saying? It's a starting ground. You know what I'm saying? In history, you've had a tent, you had a tenement yard, you have a temple, everywhere you
and people
begin.
Pivot from those beginnings as
into
well.
Whatever.
What would you say, because you hear these stories about people growing up in the projects, growing up through hardships.
Right.
Would you say it broke you? Would you say it made you? Like, what would you say? Like,
there was definitely some elements that had some trauma associated with it, dealing with police, dealing with violence, gun noise, whoever you could bump into to the elevator, some stranger,
you step on somebody's Timberlands or stuff somebody's Timberlands.
A wild dog in a staircase, you know what I'm saying? Smells, noises that are not necessarily comfortable. But what I would give credit to is my parents from the get-go. Even though we was in a project environment on the outside, the interior of our home was a home structure.
You have values instilled in you to make you separate from low-life people doing low-life stuff. That's kind of how I grew up. I feel like
regulation, man.
I grew up poor as well, and if I didn't have them regulations, those standards that my mom put in me, growing up in a single parent home.
What they call nowadays boundaries.
Boundaries, exactly, and that's very important. As you get more emotionally, I guess, intelligent, you figure out the two, and you could differentiate the two. So would you say, if you didn't have those boundaries, you wouldn't be here on the couch?
Oh, definitely. It's something that is instilled into you in order to survive. Once you hit that door, once you get down in that elevator, once you in that lobby,
I remember.
It's pure survival tactics.
I remember them summers seeing. I remember a taxi guy got robbed and had to run into the Crown Fried Chicken to hide.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, he got bunny ears. I remember he had bunny ears, like both pockets out,
Linden,
running down on Linden and Crescent.
And it's still there
for his life.
The Crown is still
there.
The
Crown Fried Chicken is still there. Wow.
Still there.
All you listening that's been through New York, Queensbridge,
you know about
East
that
New York, all them areas.
You know
Crown Fried Chicken is signature.
Yeah,
Linden and Crescent. I did some summers there it weathered me. It made me who I am.
It's going to test
you. It taught me how to look over my shoulder. It taught me to peep game and see things for street value and for face value,
Definitely.
So those summers, I don't regret it, man. I don't think I'd be here.
It's
things I've had to survive.
That's the elective classes that you don't pay for, son.
1000. So I'm
real
grateful.
Knowledge.
You guys are rapping about it. We've lived it, man. And that's why I thought it was important for you to come
and
drop these gems and just reach people that, you know, can relate to our story. And even if you can't relate, it can inspire you and uplift you, because if we didn't go through these things, who knows, we'd probably be nobody.
This
so
is true.
I'm happy, and shout out to your pops, your
man.
family for instilling those
Mr.
values
Bazil,
to make you who you are.
Yes.
And going through that, like, you know, at what point did you how long did you stay there before you pivoted to your next step in life? Because I remember when we left, it was like 8th grade. That was 1996. So at what point did you pivot? When was that pivotal change when you left New York?
Well, initially, I ended up moving to Florida about right before I was about 10 years old.
Yeah.
My father, we was looking for a better life, you know, a better environment.
And he decided to invest into Florida.
Definitely. My mother, my stepmother, I don't like to even call her my stepmother. She was an extra mother in my life. God rest her soul. It was just her birthday the other day, Lorraine from Maryland. She was working for a company called IBM.
Give thanks.
And
IBM's a huge company.
Yeah, and through her, you know, her transition and pivot, because she was working for them in New York, transitioned down into Florida. And that's what made us, what was the journey, what was the destination to get.
Because I always wondered, I never asked you why
and
your
how
pops decided to come here.
It was a package deal.
Got you.
He needed it for his health. He had experienced a car accident, so the cold weather wasn't conducive to how he was trying, you know, his day-to-day
Same with my
life.
mom. Same with my mom. She was over it. The hustle and tussle, the bustle, and tying up the Timberlands tight. And
we're Caribbean people. The sun is this is our environment. This is our second down. You know what I'm saying? This is what we thrive in.
What you're saying is so powerful. I learned that through like depression, not having the right sun rays and the vitamin D can drop your energy and make you perform. Because even as an adult, my low days, I'm like, what am I missing? I'm missing sun, food, power. And
the elements.
Yeah, the elements.
That you could find right here down in the South Florida. The coconut water, the basics.
And I give thanks to my mom. Shout out to my mom. I love you.
Love moms.
You know,
all mothers.
You decided to make that same pivotal change. And the main thing you said was the sun, and you just don't feel it. And what you were feeling was probably just lack of inspiration, no sun, and
bad frequency.
Bad frequency. So
that concrete jungle is
salute to you for making that change. Because I always wondered, I never asked, I said, why did he decide to come here? Was he retiring or what? And that's very important. So sometimes
it's always for your health.
Young people listening, you got to embrace these changes. When when your family's trying to make pivotal changes, sometimes it's for the better. You got to accept it and learn to like not be in your own way and try to block that transition.
Accept change.
Most people are scared and they don't want to like accept change.
It's going to get you stronger. It's going to make you mentally have more fortitude.
And you think about it, it probably made us like more diverse people, because at the end of the day, if we were stuck there, who knows, we probably would have been stuck with opportunity.
It would have ate you up. It would have ate you up, because when it's time to transition, sometimes you don't know when or why, but when you're literally removed from situations, because it's for your safety.
No, 1,000. So yeah, you know, and I think these life transitions is what makes our character, I feel like, are what separates people. Because everybody thinks, oh, this person's better, who's better, who's better. No, your life story, your life path is, from my experience as a grown adult, I feel like that's what's molded my character. That's what made me who I am. So people that's scared to take these paths, good luck when you're trying to get, when you're trying to surpass your family history, you're trying to be great, you're trying to do all these great things. The pitfalls, this is where it starts with, you know, and I feel like that transition as well was one of the best for me. So, you know, going through that change, what was your next step? You know, getting to Florida, you know, now you got to remix and form a new you. 'Cause that's what I kind of had to do in a whole new city. It's mainly Spanish in Florida. And that was a transition. So how'd you go through that transition after that? Like, how was that pivot, you know, from New York to living in Miami full time?
Let me tell you something. It went from roaches to lizards. The first time I laid down in my bedroom going through a storm, I was 10 years old. I thought I was tough, you being from the projects, you hearing gunshots all night. But
rats the size of raccoons.
But a real lightning, a strike near your bedroom at night, when you see that real flash going on, and there's these Florida storms that are so wicked, I said, Dad, come sleep in the room with me, man. Come, like, hold me down. So seeing lizards crawl across your window. Like, what is that?
Them Florida iguanas. They're like baby dinosaurs / baby alligators that just don't bite.
I've never seen a lizard before. So like
now, there's a big breed and there's a lot of vegetation here for them to live off of. Yep.
No, the noise content is different.
Yep.
You used to hearing sirens, you getting soothed by gunshots.
No, facts.
To now you hearing crickets.
Facts.
Now I'm going from, I don't know who's my friend on Tuesday, on Friday when I'm in the PJs or in those type of environments.
Growing up with everybody being so close knit.
I got
dealing with random strangers.
I got homies coming to my crib. Can you come out to play? So it's
remember.
night and day. It's an environment where you gotta be apprehensive and defensive to where you being welcomed.
And were you open to it, or it was confusing?
No,
what was your
honestly,
take on it? You consider yourself a people person?
The thing was so bugged out. You watch all these environments on TV.
Yeah.
The sitcoms on Saturdays, the
suburb living.
How everybody's polite, everybody's got stuff. So I'm out, we playing football on golf courses. Everybody's got a basketball.
I remember every man for themselves.
You know what I'm saying? We got everybody got a basketball, everybody got a pool. So it's not like there's no envy of nothing.
I remember.
So I'm going in my pool swimming. We dunking in pools. We running through yards. Pool. Everybody got bikes.
Pool parties. I remember Kamar used to have them pool parties.
You know what I'm saying? We jumping off the roof.
Yep, jumping off the roof.
So it's
shout out to Kamar. I see you.
Yeah.
Money P. I see you.
What up, baby?
It goes back.
I'm still here, baby.
8th grade days. I remember.
So it's
house parties. Barbecues.
You go from an environment, and the thing was, the crazy pivot is that I'm being raised there. I'm getting acclimated to being like, in a sense, friendly. I'm meeting people's parents.
No, same.
We going out to dinner. We doing things.
We were more closed off
from
and living those tight knit environments, and like you said, just even learning how to be open. I had to learn how to smile.
But you got to say hello to Mrs. Such and Such.
Yep. You can't just go in generally being nice.
And they offering you stuff off the rip, just like their own children.
Yep. And I remember growing up like kind of borderline mean mugging or just having like a chip on my shoulder.
Apprehensive.
Yeah.
Apprehensive.
Because of our environment. So still to this day, I got to learn and remind myself, hey, I got to smile and be open and welcoming.
We got to lead with manners.
And I remember an interview, they interviewed Ice Cube. And they asked him, they said, Ice Cube, why are you always mean mugging? You're a millionaire. And he said, nah, when I grew up, if I was smiling, it was intimidating to the people around me.
Food.
And you were lunch meat. People eat you alive. They thought you were like better than them.
To be played with.
When I heard that interview, I said, you know what? That's kind of how I grew up. And I got to repeat the opposite. I got to create a pattern of doing the opposite.
To receive.
It's exactly. Because they say when you're open and you're smiling, people are more receptive to it. They don't feel like you have an agenda. They don't feel like you're shady.
Threatening.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that was a big transition that I had to pretty much learn to just be more open. And I think that's a big part of why I started this Pivot podcast, because I had to do many changes.
True.
Just to like
be yourself.
To be myself and to grow and learn. So I think people misuse the word like pivoting, like, and it means different things, but I love when people express themselves, because how Ice Cube expressed himself in that interview, it was relatable to me. And it was uplifting. I'm like, okay, it's almost like going through therapy.
No, I'm not the only one.
I'm not the only one.
I'm not the only one.
So I'm like, okay, I got to start, telling people around me like, hey, you're going to be mean mugging. You can't come out and do stuff with me. And I learned that when I started going to South Beach and start like making a name for myself. I remember these big promoters, we would try to show love and bring the whole neighborhood. And the promoter was like, yo, everybody can't come. You and a couple people that you got the music,
right one,
got the juice, got the sauce, you have the persona. Everybody else that you're bringing a wagon of trouble that's going to block your blessings.
Yeah,
so that's when I start learning. And as I start elevating, people will call it bougie. They would call it whatever. But to me, it was just a pivot.
Selective.
I was selectively climbing the social ladder. That's how I would put it.
But peep game, you say the word pivot. We play ball, right?
Yep.
So how about this? The game of life, we playing ball. So you can't pick everybody to get on a court, even if it's somebody that you don't necessarily like. If you know that he could help you win, we're gonna win. I want to win.
Facts. And somebody that can pivot and have both hands, because you go to the hole as a point guard. I know if I just had a strong right and I couldn't pivot to the left,
now you get your meat took.
They're gonna attack me and take the ball. So that's powerful that you just said. I like that. I like how you put that.
You got a post, you got a rebound. There's all roles in the game to get to scoring, but it's not just scoring. We got to play defense. You know what I'm saying? We got a full press.
Facts. No, that's very deep.
Real
man.
game. Everybody has their role, and sometimes it's interesting that within a group, in say a subgroup of people that you associate with, how people will take their role and be angry with it, not realizing that even in a circumstance where we're trying to get this situation together, how we need to communicate with certain individuals to make it work.
Exactly. And that's a form of pivot, because you have to pivot and be open-minded to finding balance amongst other people
and listen,
to coincide.
And listen, because as you can delegate, but you have to be able to be receptive to listen as well.
Yep. Facts. If not, you fall short. And I feel like that's like at the growing stages of just being grown and growing from young man, teenager to young adult to like even when, we moved to Miami and, my mom had, 2-3 jobs working coming up. So we definitely didn't have any money. And then I found myself like after high school, getting forced to like take crime on and take on obstacles and take risks to try to elevate. So I feel like that was a form of pivot, because I remember us taking some risky risks, risking the life and doing some crazy things that I don't even want to talk about on this podcast.
Not at all.
At the end of the day, I'm happy we were able to channel our energy into other stuff, because
but it's ambition, though. That's what that is.
Yes, I would say what I commend you on, you were one of the first person that decided to become a family guy. I understood why you decided to become a family guy, because where we were going, it would have been 10, 20 years.
Unraveling.
So I want to commend you for that.
Pleasure, man.
And I never had a chance to tell you that.
Of course, respect both ways, brother.
It was scary, but when I seen you go so hard, I was like, you know what? He's on to something, and you kind of saved your life. And I had to make crazy decisions to move and to pivot to get away from certain things that was in front of me that could have landed me behind bars.
Definitely.
So I think that was a huge pivot that you didn't even realize.
No, my children.
At the time.
My daughters especially.
Everybody at one point was like, yo, where's Gene at? And I'm like, yo, he's doing a family thing. So that was a huge pivot for y'all listening, family.
You got to get yourself out the mix.
Yep.
You staying in the mix, you in the streets. We both 43 years old. Yep. How we look like still running up and down in the streets?
Listen.
I'm somebody's
we would
father.
be nowhere if we didn't take those risks to change and evolve as men, no matter how hard it is. Because I remember one day I was like, yo, how the hell you do it? And you're like, yo, I'm doing it and I'm figuring it out.
Fatherhood.
So I want to commend you on that for people listening. Sometimes don't be scared to family risks.
Or take on a new challenge.
And take on a new challenge with kids. A relationship, serious relationships, all that, because
actually being a father is not just providing and paying bills.
Because when I didn't see you for years, I already knew, and I commended it, and I was like, okay, damn, when it comes time for me, I got to be mentally prepared to, take this stuff on, because this is
real.
It's real, and it's gonna change my life, and I got to be mentally ready for that life-changing time to come. So I think, I commend you on that.
Respect.
The timing was crazy for us now to even catch up on this platform.
I really appreciate it, bro.
I think it's powerful because it's going to empower. My goal is to empower the young people with no direction that don't have the blueprint figured out.
Yes.
It's okay to pivot over and over and over if you have to.
Yes, and you don't have to take those chances to make any value of your life. It's all right to get a career. It's all right to get a trade. It's all right to do what you got to do and be a square. Because squares are the people who run everything now.
And it brings certain other results.
And
how would you say, becoming a family man, as you start growing, did it affect your networking? Did it affect your business growth? How are you able to then pivot and be there for them and grow on your own, even away from the family? Tell me about that, because I didn't see you for years. We would just talk. Occasionally we'd be online catching up. Tell me about that as a man, and tell the people listening, how is that transition, pivoting from being young and thugging in the streets, figuring it out, to becoming a family man and a household man?
Sure. So I would tell the world, and I would tell anybody this, that fatherhood, again, is not just paying bills, and is not that providing aspect. that society wants you to be focused on. Men, right? Listen to me, men, right? So changing diapers, you know what I'm saying? Giving your child medicine, caring for them, bathing them.
Food,
Love,
essentials.
Love, embrace, you know what I'm saying? Teaching them, morality. All these different aspects are part of the components of fatherhood, not just the bank account. So now, what I would tell the world is this: when it comes to being a father or just raising a family, that's business management 101.
Facts.
You're dealing with personalities left, right, and center every day. And these are people that you actually care about and you love, and you have a vested interest in their future. So as you're dealing with these individuals day by day, you're stewarding them through these waters of life
100%.
to keep them from the pitfalls and the things and the choices that we took on.
Yep.
So
and trying to instill certain things in them.
The boundaries again.
I'm going through that now with my daughter. And
the boundaries again.
It was hardship when she was 2. Now, because I instill so much stuff in her and having such a presence in her life, it's gotten so easier.
Oh no, definitely.
I feel like she's more independent than most adults, than some adults I know. So what you're saying is very, she's very in tune, and it's impactful for her life and my life to know that, okay, she'll be way further than I was because I was able to instill these things. So,
and as they say, you teach your children what you learn now in real time. You don't wait. So as I've progressed, because I have my children, my first set of children fairly young in my life.
What would you consider young?
20.
20, yeah. I mean, my mom had me at 20, but
I have a 23-year-old.
No, I know, time flies.
And I remember when they were teenagers. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? So I literally, in that transition, we basically grew up together. My daughters, my girls, my young women now.
Crazy.
And then I have 2 little boys. I got an 11-year-old boy and a 9-year-old boy. So my daughters, what they taught me was the calmness and the stillness I need now to raise my sons. Because if I had sons to begin with the energy that I was...
So it gave you an infrastructure to lay for them now.
Cool it down. So, and the craziest thing is now, as I operate as a father with my boys, at least it's in my hopes is that I'm trying to be, as the word that you were saying, emotionally intelligent, instead of going to disciplinarian, beating ass, kicking ass.
See, the action of what you told me, that's emotional intelligence.
It is.
So you didn't repeat a negative process. You actually used the first harsh process to curate an easier process.
With the next
that's emotional intelligence.
Yes, to recognize where you make your mistakes.
Exactly, because if you actually didn't learn that, then you would just be repeating something negative, a negative cycle. But if you're actually repeating, if you're, removing the repeating parts, that's where the emotional growth is.
Yeah, definitely. It's just like a video game, man. You saw where you fall to that. You saw when you make that misstep and then you fell into the death trap. Now, this is almost the same thing as being a parent.
Because trust me, the boys now might be even 10x more just because you were able to instill those values in them.
And faster.
Yep. And what's your take now? Like, because I tell everybody, I like to bring up the internet topic, the whole social media, the AI taking over. What's your kids' take on that? Like, is it like impacting them in a good way, bad way? Like, what's your take as a parent, especially with older kids than I? Like, are they able to utilize it day to day?
Yes,
what's their take?
I would say with my older children, as they were going through college, as this ChatGPT thing has come on the scene, this is something that they've emerged into. This is they're on the brink of, you know what I'm saying, getting in tune with. Even myself, learning how to talk to my phone and getting the answer is pretty trippy. Because my first interaction was with the first Macintosh.
Wow, from back in the day.
From back in the day to now, where we're operating the whole thing on your phone.
No, you're right. You're right.
It's literally a laptop.
AOL, Instant Messenger days,
it's crazy.
MySpace to now. You're right.
Everything.
It just evolved. It evolved.
So who knows? You know what I'm saying? My daughters, like I said, they're 23 of that age range, right? Yep. Now, my boys are 10 years, 12 years behind them. Who's to say once they reach that peak, when it comes to their education and higher education, will colleges even be necessary?
That's pretty much what they're saying.
They could download any degree.
The physical jobs that we're losing, there's coding academies for kids as young as 7 and 8 years old and 5 years old all the way up. So that is changing.
We had to read Britannicas. Now you got books. I mean, full-on books being read to you.
Facts.
If you want to learn a specific trade, you can watch video upon hours upon
tutorials, podcasts, blogs. It's crazy,
and just straight do it if you're good with your hands.
The amount of information that's out there, you people watching, you're
advantage.
A loser if you don't take advantage.
Take advantage,
There's absolutely no excuse. Even if you can't afford a camera,
just try it.
Buy an expensive iPhone and implement everything through the iPhone. All the features, the apps, the software, the editing, it's all at the touch of your fingers. So all these people with all these excuses day to day, I don't want to hear it, man.
Excuses are for suckers, man.
There's no excuse. And, you know, I want to tap on now, like, you know, pivoting through that as a parent. Now that the kids are somewhat older and you're able to focus on yourself and get back on your money grind now. Tell me about this money grind. Tell me about some of this magical $1 trillion water that you have
$1 trillion.
And explain to our people watching and give me a $1 million taste.
All right, here you go, brother.
Yep.
It's a nice, pleasurable cup for you.
You've been telling me about it online. I've been seeing your posts through, you know, social media. Now you might not see somebody for a year, 2 years, but you're actually able to engage and live with them, kind of. Like I have family that they tell me they living through my daughter through Facebook. So I've been living through this product
and seeing it through experience. Now you social media. Now you get to experience it live.
Now I want to experience it, and I want you to tell the world about what you're introducing. And tell me a little bit about it.
All right. So right here.
But this is a pivot, believe it or not, for you.
Major.
And who knows, this might be our next $1 billion thing. So
major situation right here. This is a hydration situation right here. Right here you have in this bag is what is the foundation for your life. You know what I'm saying? Everybody in the world.
And where can people find it? And how did you I don't want to overwhelm you with a whole bunch of I'm just excited to
me too.
Let the world know that there's still young people like ourselves with innovative $1 trillion ideas and concepts that we're curating every day. And this is a whole nother pivot because we came a far away from shining shoes. So man. I love to like let the world have it. And I want you to use this platform to get the product out there as well.
Expound. So here it is. This is technology. We was just
it's amazing, by the way, not to cut you off.
Of course. When you think about it, like I said, we started from the MacBook with the big dome in the back. So we was the first generation of children of a generation to be integrated with technology.
1000.
So
the millennium class, basically.
And any type of technology, whether it's video games, all these technologies. Technology. So I always factored in to technology, something that I gravitate to, you're attracted to.
Gotcha.
Now, my primary career field right now, I'm in the oilfield industry.
Gotcha. And what does the oilfield industry mean exactly for the people listening that don't know?
The oilfield industry is energy. It's an energy sector.
Gotcha. So it's an energy company.
So you got tires, you know what I'm saying? Oil, diesel, gas, whatever, you name it. You know, I'm, you know, in the past 15 years, I've been managing, I've been started at the lowest level of a green hat, as they call it, learning the process.
Working from the floor up,
learning the process of my particular industry is the production side of the industry. So you have the drilling side, you have the production side. There's different phases of extraction of energy out the ground.
So from extraction to actually production
to, and now you have the companies that basically polish it and produce the product to the people. Refine it.
Gotcha. So and make it store ready, basically.
Correctly. So in that process of me being in that field and industry, I'm dealing with toxic chemicals constantly.
Being exposed to all type of stuff. So you have to wear like health hazard stuff.
FR, safety, ANSI rated, stuff that, look, is going to give you some protection, but ultimately your protection is your brain and your common sense.
To be agile and to be on point.
And be on point and being accurate with your data, accurate about everything that you do.
And where can people find this? Is it in stores yet? Are they still distilling it? Like,
you talking about the water. Yeah. Let's transition to how I get into the water. The water is something that I discovered in 2014, the technology. At that time, I was laid off in Texas, didn't have the finances to invest. And during the COVID period is where.
And did you find, not to cut you off, did you find out about it through online?
Oh yeah, straight Instagram,
word of mouth.
I was on my Sabi vibes. I was on my organic vibes.
And Sabi vibes is Dr. Sabi's that
Dr.
died.
Sabi.
For all of you that don't know, this guy's been health conscious, inspiring me with his recipes that I'm dying to try. We'll connect through social media, even though we didn't see each other every day. I'd see you whipping up some crazy concoctions.
And I was at the crib doing it out of hobby and an enjoyment, because that's my joy. Because this is something I'm getting my father right. My father.
So being inspired by Dr. Sabi. For all you that don't know, Nipsey Hussle was a big Dr. Sabi fan. So that's probably how. He's been around, but I remember seeing him kind of go viral because of Nipsey Hussle's reach and him talking about him.
I had Sabi before I even knew who Sabi's name was.
Wow.
It's my father here. From Queens, growing herbs, growing natural
just
produce
organically
in a yard.
So Whole Foods before Whole Foods.
My father.
Crazy, man.
So I'll big up Sabi because he's something on a national platform, but I have to give all the big ups to my father, the man that I'm named after, for instilling that culture into me. Even though we live wayward, we do it making bad choices. I'm buying up all the gas station food, heading out to site, all because I'm making money. I just buy whatever, right? But now I'm gaining weight.
Not knowing.
But now I'm gaining weight. Now I'm out. My whole physical is out of control.
No balance, no life balance.
So now I get into this technology. 2014, I discovered it. Right, didn't have the money to invest. COVID time came. I had all my debts paid. I literally
had a little more downtime. Everybody's confined at home, so you have time to focus on it.
So focus on what I'm gonna pivot to next. So now the water found me.
Oh wow!
There's a sister of mine who put me into this game. Her name is Heather Cox. She's out there in Hawaii. What's up, Heather?
Shout out to Heather.
She
one
found
of the pioneers.
She found me, introduced me to this technology, and brought me into this world. You know what I'm saying? So it's a beautiful thing. And from then, that's about 3 years ago now, I've been on this mission. You know what I'm saying? I bought my first machine, and within 45 days, I was out in LA.
Wow.
That's when you saw me when I bought the second machine.
I remember.
That's how convicted I was about recognizing this technology, that I needed it with me. I needed one for my children, because I'm a father. I need to take care of my children. But I needed it with me.
Still it with your family first. Like, okay, if it works and you're confident, let me start from the house, my household first before everybody else.
Actually,
that's a beautiful thing.
Actually, it's something that where you could clean your produce.
So you knew and had the confidence to instill it into your kids.
Definitely. No, anything that I've ever done when it comes to transitioning about either the things that I put in my body, this is a program that we run it in the house. Now, I'm not saying it's always accepted, because you have your other half and you have other children that's going to give you your the back push from it.
Yeah.
But as a father is indicative to control your house. That's number one.
1,000. And make sure you have a stern
with
foundation in the household.
With positivity though. It's not about controlling stuff with just by being mean and being vulgar. It's about if you notice something that's not right, and you have the remedy for it, implement it. Implement it no matter what. You implement it because you are looking out for the best for your whole family. Gotcha. They don't see the vision, but after they get the results, then they be like,
No, facts. And then when they're old, and then when they're at a grown age and they're thriving healthy wise, they're like, damn.
And they got the good habits.
That's what my daughter's going through now. A lot of the stuff that she was kind of standoffish, like this week, her coming here, staying with my mom, eating certain recipes. She's like a fan of plantains. And I'm like, Alina, this thing is healthy. She sees me eat it around the clock. But she said mentally, Dad, I wasn't there. Now she's there. She's like, thank you.
Accept it.
Salads. She just started eating salads. So I'm like, if I can instill this stuff in you
from now,
you'll be light years past
as an adult
where I'm at as an adult. So I think these things, man, is important. And just like you said at the start of the podcast, family structure, family value that creates a great foundation, order for you to have a strength foundation. Because you could be building, and if there's no strength in the foundation, you're going to build something that's topsy-turvy.
Oh, yeah. We get some island, a piece of something. You want your thing to be straight 360.
Yep.
Elevated, solid foundation. Now, back to the water here. This technology is from a company. I'm not going to even indulge in you giving you the company. If you're interested, you got to talk to me. I'll plug you in.
Direct. And how can these people reach you and,
I'm on Instagram. I'm everywhere. I'm on TikTok. I'm on the Twitter, or what you call X. You know what I'm saying? If you look me up, I'm an 11 Verity Inspector. Now, I know you may say, what is Verity Inspector? So the principle of verity, that word comes from the Bible. It means to operate in truth. So
I like that.
That's what I deal with, is truth.
Truth and a strong purpose behind the truth. I like that.
And now inspector comes from, is just that my mentality. Before I do something, I'm digging deep into it. Anything
do the due diligence, so you know the ins and outs.
Deep.
And make it embody you before you even put the name on it.
That's my process. We've been in gifted classes before. We doing research.
Facts.
We can't just say something
advanced studies. Okay? Yep.
So we've been going through this process all along in life, training the mind to find a deeper reason to, okay, you say that this means this.
Gotcha.
Yep, it means this, right? But hey, let me find out. Let me check.
And basically what he's saying, guys, do your due diligence before you put your all into something. Make sure you embody it. Same thing with me. If I'm not passionate about something from every single angle, and it doesn't pass my 5-second rule, I'm not going to touch it. I'm not going to speak on it, and I'm not going to be behind it. So, like I tell you guys every episode, anybody that I have on this platform, if I don't see any inspiration there, there's no reason for me to bring it to the public. Because that person won't have any depth, and they won't have a crazy life pivoting story to captivate you guys. So that's what life is about. And this is why I brought you on a platform, because I feel like you're doing something unique. Outside of us being friends and knowing each other for decades, I want you to empower everybody listening with this information. Because, guys, we could go here forever. This is just a teaser to warm you guys up for what's to come. So this for sure is a part one. We caught each other luckily here vacationing in Florida, and this is just a start to many more, man. So stay tuned. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, and there's more to come. Thank you, guys. Thank you for listening.
Peace.
Thank you. Peace and love.